Yo, what's cracking, peeps? Your boy T-Money up in the Heezy. Happy Saturday night. It's been a long day, but a good day. So, finally getting to this video. I had a couple packages that came in earlier today. I just hadn't had a chance to get around to doing them. So right now we are going to get into this. It's going to be another unboxing. I got a massive package here from the fine folks over at Fright Rags. And then I've got two other awesome packages from Severin and Jesse over at Diabolic. So before we get into the media, we're going to get into this Mondo package from Fright Rags. And I'm really stoked for what's in here. It's going to be a pleasant surprise because I know it's like some ornament things that I ordered for Halloween, but it's also a really dope sweatshirt. So let's get into the update now. Cue the music. Let's go. Alright. Pardon me while I open this up. It's a big one. Let's see what we got in here. It says fragile, so fragile. So let's get all the paper out of the way. And let's get into the goodness first. So we'll do the clothing last. We'll do the ornament stuff first. So this is all Sam from Trick or Treat. Fright Rags Creation Novelties. Double-sided die-cut decorations. So these are all Halloween decorations for the classic Trick or Treat. So it looks like we've got Sam, we've got pumpkins, just some cool stuff. Yeah, I don't really know. It looks like Sam unmasked. And they're not really stickers. I guess they are decorations. So you basically just put them up and around and everything. So when Halloween comes, when it's just around the corner, I'm going to decorate the exterior, probably the windows, maybe the front door, with Trick or Treat Sam decor. And it's got like little punch holes in the top so you can hang them. It's kind of cool. It's honestly not, I really wasn't sure what to expect. But that basically looks like, that's the gist of what it is Trick or Treat decorations. Half pumpkins, Sam's, whatever. So all that for a box like this, that's crazy. Oh, cool. And at the bottom of the box, of course, you get this, which is always rad. And I love how they're doing the little pumpkin sticker. Oh, sorry, I just went out to dinner, guys, so I'm got a full stomach. I'm feeling like a large man, large in charge tonight. So the sticker we get is none other than Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. So I'm loving the fact that they're doing different Halloween stuff. Halloween film stickers for the Halloween season. So that's awesome, because I got Resurrection in the last batch, which is my least favorite movie. Curse of Michael Myers is okay. It's not by any means one of my favorite Halloween movies. But sticker can go on my computer monitor when I get a chance. Maybe not. That one's a little crinkled, but just want to get my airhead here. And I will proceed with the coolest thing that I got in the Fright Rags package, which is a new 2018, Halloween 2018 Fright Rags hoodie. Trick or Treat. Now, I had a Trick or Treat Fright Rags hoodie before, but my cousin came up from New York and he actually took it with him. He wore it one night when we went out, and then he wore it home with him. So I told him he could keep it. So when I saw that Fright Rags was going to be doing like a kind of another collection of Trick or Treat stuff, and hoodies included, hoodies and t-shirts and decor, oh my, I had to get one. So what we have is the blank. Obviously, there's never anything in the front, but is that rad or what? I love it. I love the colors, the purple, the orange, the candy canes. Fucking badass. I love this movie so much. So, I mean, that is like Halloween to the core. I love it. Love it so much. So, awesome. Really, really nice Fright Rags hoodie. Some cool trick-or-treat decorations. And those were only like 20 bucks, so it's not like they were that expensive or anything. Alright. Let's get into the package. First, we're going to start with Severin Films. Now, I want to preface this update, or this portion of the unboxing, by saying that I wrote a brief complaint, I guess, on my Facebook wall regarding, I was trying to get in contact with Severin because a couple of buddies of mine had received the stuff they had ordered from them. I'd say probably a week or two earlier. It really wasn't that long of a period of time. But I was trying to get in touch with them just to see what was going on, and I couldn't get a response. So I vented. I said, "Excuse me for the rant, but long story short, it pisses me off when you pay good money for collectible items and you can't get in touch with anybody and there's bad customer service." Turns out that the man behind the shipping, and I guess one of the bigger heads at Severin, read my post and commented, and we kind of talked it out and got through it. So I just want to say all is good. I am absolutely by no means going to stop purchasing stuff from Severin over that. Sometimes it's human nature, I think, to get impatient when you order something that's really cool and collectible, and you see other people are getting them. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but you see other people are starting to receive yours. You just want to know, where's mine at? Where's mine? I want it in my hands. So that's what it was. I couldn't get a hold of anybody there, so I got frustrated. But dude hit me up, kind of just let me know how it was. He's like, relax, man. You're going to get it. We do this for the love of the genre, or we wouldn't be doing this for you otherwise. So we've never done you wrong in the past, which he was absolutely right. I've never had any issues with Severin prior to this lack of communication. So it's all good. It's all water under the bridge. No beef on either sides. I apologized. He said, cool, just let me know if you have any questions. All good. Kind of like a mutual mend of the situation. So I just want to say, I actually appreciate you guys reaching out to me and reading my post. I didn't think you were going to do that anyway. That's not why I didn't write it with the intention of you guys not seeing it. I just wrote it because I was venting at the time. But I'm glad that, it makes me actually feel good, like they're paying attention and stuff like that. So anyway, we talked it through. Now let me open this up. I'll shut my mouth. Really excited for these releases, nonetheless. One of them is probably my favorite Joe D'Amato film. I own it multiple times on multiple different editions, from 88 Films to Shriek Show to, there's another one that I own, I know, but rad. So here we go. Wow, that's super cool. So what they've done here is they've actually combined the Changeling corrected disc. So this is the replacement disc that you get. So maybe that's half the reason why it took so long. It's because I actually wasn't anticipating getting this replacement disc in this package. So that's awesome. I'm actually really, really happy about that. Now I don't even have to worry about when this is coming, because here it is. So awesome. So they combined the order. They sent me the replacement discs for the Changeling that I had purchased. And then I also got this beautiful combo pack box of Joe D'Amato's The Beast, a.k.a. Anthropophagus, and Absurd, which is another pretty good film as well. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. And it's also by Joe D'Amato, and it's also starring the great, now I'm going to forget his name. Hang on a sec, guys. Y'all are screaming at the camera right now telling me what his name is, but I'm just not listening. but I'm not going to stop until I get it. George Eastman. So awesome. So rad. I didn't know actually what the deal was. I didn't know if these were going to come with slipcovers. I didn't know they were going to come in a box, which has the Beast on one side, Absurd on the other. I kind of like that, actually. It's really, what's the word? Efficient packaging, maybe. Rather than doing two separate slips, just throwing in a box. Although, for storage purposes, they're not going to fit in my rack that way, but that's all right. I actually kind of dig it, prefer it. So, this release, you get Absurd, you get the Blu-ray, and let's see, the original motion picture soundtrack on the inside. Then you get Absurd, and then you get the reversible cover artwork, which is kind of cool as well. I like the skull reflection in the blade. But I think I'm going to go with their Newly. And this is a limited edition of 3,000. So, grab it while it's hot, guys. Otherwise, you ain't going to get it. And then, of course, we have my favorite Joe D'Amato film of all time. But, I have to say, running close in second, possibly tied for first, is Beyond the Darkness. I love that film, too. But I love Absurd as well. It's basically kind of like a loosely based sequel to Anthropophagus. But I think Anthropophagus is more fun. I like the setting in this film better. Surprisingly, this is just one disc. There's no CD motion picture soundtrack for this one, but that's okay. Some cool special features as well, which I believe are all exclusive to this release. My apologies for the glare. There you go. But if you guys haven't seen this movie, it's good. It's brutal. What's the word? What are those films called? They're that list of like vulgar. I forget the name. I always forget that name. Naughty. They're not. It's not naughty. It's something now. But yeah, they're really good. Like Italian exploitation gore fests, and I really like them. So. It's killing me. I have such a bad memory. Alright, last but not least, we have a package from Jesse over at Diabolique. And what we have here is a small stack of goodness. We have a new release from Film Threat, which is really weird. I actually thought this was an MVD Rewind release because the cover artwork is strikingly similar to one of their releases. You got the horror logo up in the corner. Never seen this movie before. The Theta Girl. Shot for $14,000 by first-time filmmakers in Columbia, South Carolina. The Theta Girl is a drug-fueled exercise in sex, drugs, punk rock, brutality, gore, revenge, and self-actualization, and it's an art film. Experience now for yourself. Gase, a take-no-shit young woman, deals a hallucinogenic drug called Theta, facilitating an audience for her friends' all-girl rock band. Truth Foundation. Let's see. When Gase's friends are brutally eviscerated, she must solve the mystery behind the grisly murders and protect herself from the killer. She discovers the connections between Theta and the violent killings and learns a terrifying truth. Truth, y'all, like 50 Cent. That the world, indeed, her whole reality is not as it seems. We have a quote that says, "You have to marvel at how steadfastly it defies good taste." So, cool. Never heard of this company either. It's from Film Threat. It's vaguely familiar, but the company, but very basic disc artwork there, but that's okay. Doesn't that look like a MVD Rewind release though? Is so much. All right, and let's see. So now we have 3 films from the amazing company known as Indicator Powerhouse Films. 3 movies I've never seen before, all limited editions to 3,000 copies, I think, a piece. And I'm really excited for all 3 of these, particularly This one, though, Born of Fire. God created man out of clay and the jinn from the fire of scorching winds. Let me read you guys a synopsis, because I always forget that I hadn't seen any of these films before. Peter Firth, Susan Crowley. So I was definitely anxious to pick them up. But you always get a beautiful booklet. Look at that artwork. Still from the film. That guy's creepy looking, man. Born of Fire. An unnamed astronomer beholds a cosmic crisis unfold through a gigantic telescope aimed at the heavens. Her reddish hair signaling fiery things to come. Later we encounter her as a seductive jinn, a spiritual being that, in Islamic cosmology, bridges the world of humankind with the immaterial universe of unseen entities. Here in the opening shot of Jamal Divin's Born of Fire, her scientific gaze is met by a celestial nightmare. Lava spits venomously like an apocalyptic judgment, and the sun eclipsed by a levitating skull. Elsewhere, in some desolate rocky moonscape, three sinister events are welcomed enthusiastically by a gaunt, hairless Vulcan of a man alongside a small army of elf-like dervishes, drenched in the sun's crimson rays. The villainous master musician, played by Orla Peterson, credited as OT, is based on the figure of Iblis, Satan, in Islamic scripture. Awash with red, the screen bleeds in a timeless inferno of Islamic futurism, melding the spiritual, mythical, and supernatural with science fiction in one of the most sublime moments of 20th century independent cinema. So it sounds very, very interesting. I'm very excited for this release here. Born of Fire is a source indicator edition. No acknowledgements. Yes, so it's very, very nicely packaged. You got Q&As on the film. Like I said, a 30-page booklet. All kinds of really cool factual information and stills from the film as well. That dude looks creepy. So, I really wish, though, that's my one gripe with Indicator, is that they don't give you a plot synopsis anywhere, really. And I really feel like they should. Very, very nice, high-quality stock paper that this is on. It's definitely a cut above most in terms of just the actual print quality, or paper quality that they use. Next up we have The Collector. Terrence Stamp, Samantha Eggar. Awesome, love me some Samantha Eggar. This is an older roll, 1965. Some black and white, some color. Limited edition Blu-ray to 2,000 copies. Chock full of special features. And these releases are like fucking heavy, man. They're like fucking 40 pages. 40-page booklets inside. Super nice. There's your reversible cover artwork. I kind of dig that, actually. To be honest, I almost dig that a little bit more than the artwork that's featured on the cover. I like the blue and the rain. Nice contrast of the rain and the blue. The blue and the rain and the blue. But yeah, I haven't seen this movie, and I don't really know much of what it's about. So if you guys are interested in looking it up, be my guest on your own time, because I can't read anything to you. No, I can. I will. Let's see. Got all the time in the world. So some more stills, another 30-some-odd page booklet. It says, the notion of writing a novel from the perspective of a predatory stalker would be considered more problematic today than it was in the 60s. Now the imbalances of power marginalizing the voices of women and cultures that normalize harassment are being increasingly questioned and addressed, most recently by the Me Too movement. Penned between 1960 and 62 and published in 63, The Collector was the debut novel of acclaimed English author John Fowles, whose work straddles modernist and postmodernist styles, and whose book presents us with two subjective conflicting outlooks on a physiologically extreme situation. Half the novel tells of the kidnapping and imprisonment of a young woman in a cellar from the point of view of her obsessed jailer, who is irrationally convinced she will grow to love him, while the other half conveys her inner experience of the traumatic events through diary entries. It's an uncomfortable read, but one which, if we accept its premise, operates as a powerful and disquietingly dark fable about class power and existential alienation. Adapted into film on the same name by William Wyler in 1965, which, while dispensing with the split narrator approach, successfully transfers to the screen Fowler's thematic concerns with freedom and authenticity beyond its simpler thriller elements of suspense surrounding whether or not the prisoner will manage to escape. So, sounds very interesting. It's not the Collector that we know today, guys, which is like a brutal slasher film. But it is the Collector from 1965. And last but not least, can this baby kill? We have The Mindful Mr. Soames. Again, limited edition, 3,000 copies. Again, reversible cover artwork and a 30-page booklet. Looks like this film stars Terrence Stamp, Robert Vaughn, awesome. Director Alan Cook, awesome. The Amicus House of ... drama. The Mind of Mr. Soames represented a foray out of horror and into science fiction drama for Amicus, a production company known for their portmanteau horror films such as Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. Blah, blah, blah. Producers Milton Subotsky and Max Rosenberg had previously dabbled in science fiction with their modestly successful Doctor Who and the Daleks. Based on the popular BBC television show of the same name and its sequel Daleks Invasion Earth, 2150 AD, they had also worked in the intersection between horror and science fiction on The Projected Man, which Scream Factory released, a film which follows the familiar trope of scientific experiment gone wrong, resulting in the physical and emotional disfigurement of the lead protagonist. Great film. Though science fiction had long been a part of the company's oeuvre, the mind of Mr. Soames still represented something of a departure from type in terms of its dramatic ambitions. Its subtle exploration of the human mind is a far cry from science fiction of the spaceships and aliens variety. The move into drama was one that the company had been pondering for some time. Subotsky had tried to buy Flowers from Algernon, the 1966 novel by Daniel Keyes about a young man with a low IQ who participates in a scientific experiment that increases his intelligence. When that deal fell through, he decided to develop The Mind of Mr. Soames from the 1961 novel of the same name by Charles Epic Maine. Uses the premise of scientific progress to explore some unpleasant aspects of contemporary society. So, interesting. It doesn't really sound like it's horror at all, but it's science fiction meets technology, meets society, meets all that good jazz. But, I don't know. If you guys have seen this one, let me know. I'm getting tired. All of a sudden, I'm getting really, really drowsy. I just want to, go to sleep. So, we're going to call this a wrap, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Some awesome stuff in this update. 3 new Indicator films. A new release from a company that I don't believe I own anything from. That's Film Threat. And last but certainly not least, we have The Changeling replacement replacement discs for both. And Absurd Anthropophagus double feature Blu-ray pack from Amazon. I mean, from fucking Severance. Sorry, guys. And also some rad stuff, of course, from over there. Guys, I did purchase an extra copy of Absurd for my 500 subscriber contest. Keep that in mind. Help me get to 500 subscribers. The sooner that it happens, the sooner that you guys win some cool shit. Apparently, it doesn't matter because my subscriber rate is going slower than a motherfucking snail pace. But it's moving slowly but surely. Come on, guys. Help me get to 500. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Rest of. Talk to you guys on Monday. More than likely, if not Tuesday. If not Wednesday, if not Thursday, you'll see me within the next week, I promise. Peace, guys. Have a good night. Catch you later. Bye.